Hello, everybody. My name is Eduardo. I've been with Blushington for a little over a year, almost 2 years now. Makeup artist for 20. It is a pleasure to be here with you guys today and show you this beautiful holiday makeup. And this is Nicole, my model, and also my neighbor. She's also a star herself. She's a horse rider. It is a pleasure being here with her today. Nicole has amazing skin as it is. And I always tell everybody that I do their makeup to exfoliate your skin at least once a week so you can have this magnificent texture that always helps the makeup looks phenomenal, especially if you exfoliate once a week. We have Beauty RX is one of the lines that we carry with Blushington. They have an exfoliating kit with 8% glycolic, which is phenomenal. And what it does, it will help your moisturizer work so much better and your texture of your skin will always be flawless. So with Nicole today, I'm going to start with her by using just cleaning up her skin and putting some moisture back, using some Biotherma, which is so amazing. It's very nice and nourishing for the skin. So I'm going to go ahead and just lightly go over her skin with it. And also the bottle comes with a self-help pump. So you always get exactly what you need and it lasts for a long time. So very gently, you just go over your skin and just take the debris because usually the minute you walk outside, you always get impurities on your skin. So you want to make sure your skin is nice and hydrated before you apply anything. For the good trick to have a good makeup application is the cleansing of your skin and also the moisturizing of your skin, the prep. If your skin is nice and hydrated, the makeup is going to look as natural and as plump and as flawless as possible. So now I'm going to start with one of my favorites of them all, which is a serum. Serum it really just helps the skin replenish what the exfoliation took it away. Like there's a beautiful cashmere caviar. So it has a lot of collagen in it and it's going to make the skin nice and plump and whatever lines that fine lines that we have it in, the makeup is not going to sit on it. So usually I'm using this cashmere caviar. You can find it on blushington.com. One pump of it, it goes a long way. I use the foundation brush from Vidalian 948. It goes on very, very softly, and it goes. One pump is going to use for the whole face, and you don't have to waste it. Because, like I said, if you exfoliate once a week, your skin is going to be always nice and bright. That's when you know your skin is good, when it's not dull. When the skin is starting to look dull, it's because you have a little too much skin on it and you want to get rid of it. Otherwise, the products will no longer take effect because it's just laying on top of the dead skin. So I just put a nice light layer of it. And I'm going to follow up with a little bit of a Nourishing Moisturizer Cream by Beauty RX. Also one of my favorites because there's no fragrance. It's very clean and it's very hydrating, especially at this time of the year. The summer is gone and we tend to get a bit drier. So you don't want the makeup to sit on, even though it doesn't matter how old and how young you are, you're always going to have expression lines. And if it's not hydrated, it's not filled up, the makeup tend to sit on it and it just looks unattractive. You don't want that. You want to always be glowing and look super beautiful. So you just apply a very small amount, very even. And that also always help the face look dewy as well. It's a great look for the winter time. Summer's gone, so you want that more glowy look. So I'm going over it right now with the primer. I'm using Lawless Set Stage Primer. Especially if you're working all day and you have to go to that Christmas party in the end of the day, you set your face with the primer It's going to make your foundation last a lot longer. It's going to keep nice and glowy, not shiny. It's going to keep your control the oils of your skin and also maintain the foundation on its place. And you get a lot of better, a longer wear of it. So I just go over with one pump. It's very, very light. And one pump goes a long, long way. As you guys can see, just lean over a little bit. Just with the moisturizer and the prep, her skin already looks like she's done up. You know, this is a skin that's very well exfoliated. And all she has to do is just do the moisturizer every day, and she won't have to use too much of a cover up or anything because her skin is already perfect. So now that I prepped her skin, we're going to go over with CC cream. One of my favorites are the CC creams because it evens out and it gives you the perfect coverage mixed up with a concealer or with a foundation. We have Becca foundation. We also have Kevyn Aucoin. I'm going to go with the Kevyn Aucoin today because she is already very flawless, as you can see. So I want to show how much good coverage you're going to get it from just a CC cream and a concealer. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get one pump or the one step. This is by Stila, and it has all the essential colors that our skin tone needs. So if you have rosacea, this will also help you as well. If you have uneven skin tone, it's gonna help you for all those problems that some people have. We most do. It's all mixed in one, so you don't have to worry about it. So it just comes mixed. One little pump goes a long way as well. So using the foundation brush, we're just gonna go over the areas of her face that has maybe a little bit of redness. And it goes as once you mix the three colors together, as you applying it, it starts to look like more of a foundation of her color of her skin. It already gives you a little bit of a coverage. Once you start using CC cream, you just never want to stop using CC cream. Like it's such an amazing product. Another product that I love very much is Herborium, and I'm going to use just a slight bit of it because it has a little more coverage to me. And it's the Claire from Herborium CC cream, and it comes out white. It's really awesome. And once you go and mix it on the skin, with the heat, the skin, it morphs into your skin color. So very lightly, you go over with the foundation brush. Now, sometimes I always like to go over with the beauty blender. You can also find every beauty blender on blushington.com. Very lightly, you just pat it over. What the beauty blender do, it's going to give you that totally natural look because our skin, it has like pores. So it mimics the pores. So it just totally lies on it instead of having to swipe on your face. Because sometimes the brush, it leaves like a little swiped look, and you also can get a better coverage with that. But you also always want to make sure your beauty blender is always clean. It's a very, very important thing. So now I'm using the Claire, and I'm going to show you guys the color of it. This is the color that comes out, and look how amazing it goes on the skin. I'm just going over the one step. And the amazing thing of this, it feels like she's wearing nothing. How does it feel, Nicole?
Like nothing.
That's why I love to suggest this to my clients because it just feels like you're applying moisturizer. Mm-hmm. So I just go over and I just put it over the parts of her face that I want coverage. And I'm going to go over with the Beauty Blender. Like she literally has the best skin ever. Nicole, get close to the camera a little bit. Very, very light coverage. So this is the last step when it comes to foundation before I start her eyes. Her skin is ready before I set it with the powder. I usually use Jouer powder. I'm not going to put it on yet because I'm going to start her eyes. So what I'm using today is called Mind by Stila. It's amazing holiday colors that you can wear for this holiday. And I'm going to show you a few beautiful colors that you guys can use for your eyes. So as a primer today, what I am going to use is Anastasia Beverly Hills primer for your eyes. Reason why I like to use primer before I do my eyeshadows is because it lasts longer. You don't want to put too much on, very light. I just use the dot. So a bottle of this primer, it will last you forever. It goes a long, long way. So you just want to make sure the eyeshadow goes on nice and stays on. Most people in New York go to holiday parties after work and they have to get their makeup done before they work. So they work all day and they want to be ready. So this helps out a lot. Primers. That's why Lawless is an amazing primer as well, because it really helps your foundation stay nice and beautiful throughout the whole day. And the eye primer as well from Anastasia is another one that I love her very much. So now I'm going to start with this. What we have to do now is I'm going to use the lightest color as a setting powder. It's matte. All the eyeshadows on this are matte. So I'm using the lightest color on, which is Reason. And I'm just setting the primer. We set it because you want the eyeshadow to glide and not have any marks on it. You don't want any demarcation lines. You want your eyeshadows to have very smooth transition. You want to just enhance the best features of your eyes. That's the best way to explain. When I do photo shoots, that's the same thing. Most models, they just enhancing the best features of their face. And we're going to throw some sparkles there, make it very, very elegant and beautiful. Now I'm using another color that is slightly darker because I want to create the definition of her right here, going back and forth is the crease of the eye. So this is going to create the shape of her eye. So going back and forth with the darker color, the color I'm using is Observation. Very, very lightly, I am creating the crease. And for a holiday makeup, you really just want to, what I like to do is just really create that nice shape of the eye and then just do a beautiful sparkle to it. And the beautiful red lip is always, always like the key. I'm going with a red lip today, but some people don't have to wear red. There's a lot of beautiful colors, PYT or Stila. They have this beautiful, amazing stains that stains on all day, over 24 hours, and it's beautiful. You can do a beautiful burgundy color or a mauve, but very intense. But the red is my favorite. It's just always classic. So the observation color is like a mauve color, and I'm creating the crease of her eyes. Nicole has very beautiful almond shaped eyes. Her eyebrows are perfect as well. She keeps them up very, very beautifully. So it's really, really easy to do Nicole's makeup. She's a very, very beautiful young lady. See, I'm just creating little by little, I'm making it darker, creating the shades. Instead of just going all at once, I'm just creating little by little. I want to just bring her eyes up a little more. So I'm going to go with another Bedallion brush that I love very much. I'm using the Bedallion brush right now, 783. It's like a fan brush, and it's perfect because it just gets around the crease perfectly without going anywhere else and just giving the perfect fanning. So right now I'm using the 780. It's a little sharper here, as a little harder as well. So I'm going to use right here on this corner to create like a V and connecting it together to give more of a cat out look, because we're going to also do a beautiful wing liner. So now I'm just smoking a little bit around the lash line with the darker color. It's more of a gray now. It's called Instinct. So I'm going over with Instinct, bringing it in over the lash line and coming up right here in the corner. Can you just bring it up a little bit, Nicole? And with this color right here, I'm just connecting it a little bit and just bringing it in, just to bring her eyes out a little more. And I'm doing little by little because I don't want any demarcation line. Now I come over in circle motions with the fan brush, doing the same thing. Now that I created my pattern that I wanted, I can start making it darker and darker. So I like when I'm doing a red lip, not to go too dark with the eyes. Or sometimes I like to go too dark. It just depends on the model. In this case, I'm going to go medium. I'm going to focus on her beautiful lips. So I'm just going back and forth, just bringing it in circle motions. When you have an almond shaped eye, it's really, really easy to just do this because the eye already just goes in that shape. So all you have to do is just bring it up in this way and just bring it back in, connecting with the crease. Now, I use the same darker color that I used on top, but I'm using a little more intense. I'm going to ask her to open her eyes, look up for me, and I'm going to just connect. She has very beautiful dark lashes. So I'm going right on the lash with the darker color, not only making her lash more intense, but also bringing it up. But I'm not bringing it all the way in. I'm just bringing it halfway into the middle of the iris. Because I'm going to go over with the highlighter color in a minute and go for the other half. Doing the same thing here. She has beautiful lashes that women would kill for. Close it. Now I go in the other half by on the top right here in the corner of the lash line, and I put the same color just in this corner right here to connect with the bottom. And just very, very lightly. These brushes are very easy to use. It does the work for you. It has already the shape of the angle. So it's the 792 brush, Vidalian. Super easy to use. It's an angle brush. And also you can use a wet if you want to make it a liquid eyeliner. You can also just dip your brush a little bit on the Biotherm because it has this uh, uh, little cone thing. So it will turn the powder into a liquid eyeliner. That's a great thing about those shadows. It's multi-purpose. So now I just want to go and just make it a little darker here, but I'm using like a burgundy color just to give it a hint of different. It's just holiday time with those colors are just so beautiful. Burgundy, reds, I love it. You can do so much with it. You see, it's very, very classic, slight. When you are going for a holiday party, you can never ever go wrong with the classic smoky eye. You can always smoke anything, and it will go beautifully with the red lip. Majority of the shoots are mostly that I do photo shoots for Vogue, Vanity Fair that I've worked for are especially right now for the season. It's been a lot of smoky eyes. A lot of smoky eyes, very nude skin, nude skin. You just want to show the beauty of your skin. That's why I say it's very important to take care of your skin. That way you can just wear more of a CC cream instead of a heavy foundation. There's nothing more attractive than a beautiful skin. And Blushington is the right place to be in because Beauty RX will have you with the flawless skin. So now I'm going to highlight her eyes. So over with a lighter color right here. Right on the lid, just to bring her out a little bit. I'm going to lighter in the inner corner of the eyes because it's just bringing the outer eyes better. And also, as you can see, when I set her eyes earlier, just by doing that, her eyebrows are totally highlighted just by doing that. And then when you go over with the darker color, it just naturally just pops out. She has a perfect eyebrow, so. I'm also going to show you guys a really great way of filling in your eyebrows. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I want to just bring out her eyes a little more. So I want something. I'm using something just to highlight it. It's another Stila palette we have in a Blushington. I'm using just a highlighting color from this palette. It's very shiny and holiday-like. So I'm going to get like a color that has some sparkle to it. And I also am going to go in after with the Stila. This is amazing. It's called Diamond Dust by Stila. And I'm going to highlight the lid of her eyes with it. But first, I want to go with the powder right in the corner of the eye. Just to just give it a sparkle. Can you bring it in a little bit? It just makes a slight little sparkle. And especially if you tend to have like darker eyes in the corner of the eyes after you use the concealer and you use the CC cream on it, that's gonna go away and it's gonna just make your eyes look a lot brighter there. So now that I did that, I wanna go over and just brush the dust off the fallout, which wasn't really a fallout. That's the great thing about this eyeshadows. They don't have a lot of fallout. The best way to use the bedazzling brushes because they don't let the fallout. You just apply exactly where you need to go. And it's super amazing. I'm going to go over one more time right here with the same light color that I used from the palette. I'm using the same thing right here, which is Reason, just to highlight it. Okay. Now, one of my favorites is I'm gonna go and do a beautiful wing liner, and I'm using the Steel liquid eyeliner. You can also find it on blushton.com. Everything that I'm showing you, it should be on the screen, and it's really easy to apply. You see how pointy it is? What I usually recommend to do if you're not a pro with it, you can look down with the one eye open and just stamp it. You slightly just go over stamping it, just touching with the tip, and you're gonna get a perfect line. This is one of my favorite liners. It's so perfect. It makes the perfect wing. Since we're doing a very bold lip, so I want to make a very nice, you see Nicole has a really beautiful almond shape. So you don't want to go so bold with the wing because you just want to be classic. Remember, the makeup is just enhancing your beauty. We're going to go very, very lightly. And this is totally transforming this beautiful eyes. Same thing, you can just stamp it around. I mean, just little by little. If you're not a pro with the liquid eyeliner, this is the eyeliner to get because you'll become a pro very, very fast. You learn this eyeliner very, very quickly. That's it. Very lightly. Again, I just want to go over the areas where making sure they're nice and even. And some people have larger eyes. If your eyes are bigger, you can go a little bolder. It depends on your eye shape as well. So I can really say that just make it a little liner because of your lips. It also depends on the shape of your eyes. Some people do have larger, beautiful, bigger eyes. So yes, you want to bring it out a little more and make it a little more accentuated. So, perfect. Okay. Oh, one more here. Perfect. Now it's perfect. Okay, so now I am going to go over slightly in the bottom just to connect with my powder liner. As you can bring it close a little bit, there's a little disconnection right here. So I usually like, look up, I would like to come here and just connect it a little more with the powder. It just looks a little more done up to me. Ta-da. Perfect. So now the liner is perfectly done. I want to just go over again the eyebrows. Best way to do your eyebrows is fill in the sparse areas. You keep up your eyebrows in a nice shape. Big, fluffy eyebrows are in. Just leave your eyebrows alone and just clean the areas where it is needed, which is usually in the center, and groom it a little bit if you need them. Most people don't. So I'm gonna teach you a great trick. You're just gonna comb it everything as the eyebrows grow and come down right here. Usually brushes it down. And this is gonna give you a better vision on where is in your eyebrows that you need filling. Her eyebrows are totally full already. So you just want to just go slightly with this pencil that I'm using right now. I'm using Brow Gal. Number 4 is a dark brow pencil, and I'm going very lightly with it over the brow because I want to enhance a little bit. But you do not want to go and make it blocked. Like you don't want to follow and put concealer over it. You want to look how beautiful her eyebrows look. You just want to enhance what she has going on the sparse areas and bring it here, make it a little stronger brow on the areas where it's very little as well. She has perfect brows. And then you go over with this brush in the end and look at that. It's like the perfect eyebrow. I love it. I want it myself. And I do the same thing the next brow. It's very important that you really don't go over too much on this area, on the head of the brow, with too much of the pencil trying to get it perfect. They're twins. They're not identical. The twins are never perfectly like. So you're just going to go just slightly and make them just a little darker. And then you're going to just brush it down. And looking at it, they look exactly the same, but they're just perfect because they're not exactly the same. So now I'm going to go and just put a little touch of holiday to it using the Steal It Diamond Dust. Diamond Dust is super pretty. It comes with the brush already, and we're just going to go right in the inner area of the eye. As you can see, it's so pretty. And it really, really just brings it's like a drizzle of water. And that just really brings out the whole eye, just puts the whole look together. It's very holiday, it's very beautiful and Christmassy. And all you have to do with the brush is just tap it on it and it goes right on it where you need it. And it also comes in different colors. It depends what color do you like best. They come in different shades. They come in many, many shades actually. Of course, I have all of them because I'm so addicted to them. You can never sparkle too much for me. Okay, so sometimes it falls a little bit, so you just go over with the brush, take the excess out, get a little close to the camera, Nicole. You see, it's very seamless. The eyes, the whole look is very seamless, and that's the goal you want. You don't want to have lines. You don't want to have those thick lines or anything. I'm still a little touching up a little bit on the darkness color because I want to make just a little slightly darker. Right here, I'm just gonna go with the mauve color. Just add on a little of the holiday. I'm just circling around. Like literally, I'm going just in circles right here. Just to give like the nice look. It's just the cherry on the ice cream. So now that I finished that, I'm going to go ahead and finish up of the concealing of her eyes. So one of my favorite things ever to use is also the Stila CC cream. Stila CC cream that I'm using today, it comes in a palette and it comes with all the colors that you would have variations with it, and it will explain to you how to use it. These two are as a concealer for under the eye, and that's what I'm going to use for under her eye, just to take some of the darkness. I'm going very lightly over it. See, it totally just makes the total, it just takes like that little tired look away from it, and it makes the concealer that I'm going to apply next, you don't have to apply too much of it. I'm correcting the color under her eyes because usually the eyes under the skin under the eyes is so much finer than the rest of the skin of her face that you see the blood through more, so it looks like it's darker, and that's what the dark circles are. So now I'm going to go over it with the concealer. Concealer, I usually just go here on the areas of the face where the light hits more, which is on the T-zone right here. And these are the areas where you should be concerned about your concealer and coverage. So we're gonna just cover here. I'm gonna cover here very easily. I'm using the foundation brush now just to even it out. It's very easy to apply. And also, you won't apply too much of it with the foundation brush. It's also in the Bedalian kit. That's the same foundation brush that I've been using for the moisturizer. It's the same one that I've been using for everything. That's a great thing about Bedalian. The brushes work for different purposes. multi-purposes. So I just go over with our beauty blender, our savior. Very easily. And look, it just gave her a total coverage and it feels very, does it feel light, Nicole?
Mm-hmm. Very.
And it's just very light. We didn't use a lot of makeup. But then again, Nicole takes care of her skin, and that's what's most important. You taking care of your skin, you use less makeup. So you guys got to check it out. Beauty RX, the exfoliating kit, and the moisturizer, the nourishing moisturizer, using with the serum, the cashmere serum. Check it out on blushington.com. It is a must have for the winter time. It's the time to exfoliate. The sun is not going to damage your skin. So it's the time to get the skin flawless for the next season. Now it's time to set. And my favorite powder ever is Jouer. Reason why I like Jouer powders is because it doesn't set like regular powder. It's just very dewy. It's just so for somehow it doesn't look chalky. It never does. It just goes on very softly, very smoothly, looking very natural. Sorry. Just a little bit goes a long way. It sets so beautifully, and it doesn't look like you're wearing anything. Very, very lightly. I'm using the Vidali brush 955. I use it for powder as well. 955 Vidali. I use it for powder, and also I use it to contour a lot of the times. For my contouring, my liquid contouring, it has fibers on top of it, so you can also use for your liquid foundation. It's really, really multi-purpose. And today I'm going with Girlactic Casablanca. Girlactic making beautiful bronzers, and it's like super, super pretty, giving you the beautiful bronze that are very natural. I'm using the 942, and this is how is the best way to contour. Contouring is highlighting the areas of your face where are higher areas of your face, the T-bone, the cheekbones, also the bone around your hairline and under the chin. It's going to bring out your T-zone, making you look a lot more softer and more appealing, giving you a beautiful face. Contour has been around for ages, but for the last couple of years, it just got around. It got so popular. And it's a beautiful way of making the makeup look so much prettier. See, Nicole has already this. She has a beautiful complexion. Casablanca is very, very nice. And it has this, it's not like orangey. It has a beautiful, like bronze color, true bronze. And I'm just going over right here, behind her ears, on the neck. Some people like to contour around the nose area. Not, sorry. Not everyone needs to contour the nose area. Reason why you contour around the nose area is to make your nose appear thinner. So just to show you guys how to contour on the nose area, you're going to start right here with the same fluffy brush, and you're going to come right straight down to the tip of the nose, and you're going to do the same thing here, leaving this area right here without anything. And then you're going to just go over very lightly, guys, because contouring is when you contour your nose, is great for pictures. So if you're gonna be around people, you do not want to contour your face too heavily or too dark. You know, it's more of a tasteful thing, like how you like it. And if you're gonna make it darker, make sure you blend it well, so it looks like you went to the beach or something very pleasant. Because you're not taking pictures, so it's not, you don't want to look like you're a robot. So now I'm going to highlight her beautiful face. And I'm using, I'm going to use Becca, which one of my favorites, really. I'm using Becca Topaz. And I'm going right here on the cheeks. I want to make sure that when she takes her pictures, it's nice and it's right. Like whenever she turns, it's just gonna really look perfect and gleaming. And I'm gonna show you guys as soon as I finish applying right here. You see? Turn that way. It's very nice and natural. So now she can see a little more. And also right here. I like to use the highlighter very, very lightly. And I just apply, when I apply on a T-zone area, I go on a T-zone a little bit and half of the nose. I don't suggest on the tip of the nose because it gives you a little strange look, not really natural. But you can just do it right above your lip, especially when you're doing that beautiful red lip. You see that now I just made her lip totally pronounced. And that is always very, very attractive. Just everything goes together, the eyes with the gleaming of the highlighting. So whenever you're doing a red lip, you can start with a great lip liner. So today I'm going to start with Kevyn Aucoin, and I'm using minimal. It's a nude pencil, and I'm going to bring it in with, I like to mix my colors a little bit. So I'm going to use Beso. It's a very, very deep, bright red, but I want to put a touch of wine to it. So I'm also going to go over with the PYT, which we also have it at blushington.com. So Beso is the steel made. So I want to see how that looks first. But if I wanted to just turn down the tone a little more deeper, I'm going to put a little burgundy on top. So I'm going to go over with this first. I'm using the pencils. Okay, you know what? I'm going to use two pencils. I'm using the Kevyn Aucoin pencil, Blood Roses, but I'm starting with the minimal. I like to mix a lot of colors. I learned that working for photo shoots. I do a lot of photo shoots for Vogue and Vanity Fair. Um, it's a never ending color. You can always play with it. So I like to do whatever comes to my eyes that will go with her skin tone. So I'm going right on the lip line. She has a very beautiful lips. Her lips are full, they're perfect. I do not want to make any lower than it is. You do not have to. When you have full lips, you can just really make your lips. If you want to make it bigger, you can just trick it with the gloss. The gloss will really give more. It will magnify your lips instead of you have to overdraw. Because once you do the lip liner by itself, your lip totally pops. Especially when you're wearing a red lip, you really want to make sure also that the lining is perfect. I'm going now over with the red blood roses. and it's gonna give me the perfect wine color that I wanted. So I won't have to mix two colors of lipstick, lip glosses. This is the perfect holiday look. I'm so excited. I love holidays. The holidays always gets me happy because I get to play with so much color. Perfect. Now is the red time. We have a couple of minutes to go. And this is the stunning red that I've been wanting. Oh my God, that's so perfect. Everybody has a red for their skin tone. Not everybody can wear the same red. There's darker red, there's blue red, there's yellow, orange red. This is more of a yellow, orange red. And you can always turn it down, make it cooler. So um, I want to turn it down a little more because I feel like it's a little bit brighter. So I want to add a little more wine to it. Yeah, much better. So, like I said, everybody has a red that goes with their skin tone, because some people has more olive to their skin. So Scandinavian people have more blue in their skin tone. So when you have more blue to your skin tone, you definitely want to wear something that has the same tones to your skin, or because if you wear something that's too orange, it's not gonna go with your skin tone. So I added on a little more blue to her red because it was just a little too orange. This is more of a yellow orange. So that is just was just washing her off a little bit. So I just added on a little blue to it. And what I used is the strike twice dual lip is by PYT. It's a vegan line. It's super, super nice. And you can also use the same lipstick as a blush. It's so cool. And who taught me that was Steffi. And this is the perfect red lip for the holiday. I just want to make sure that everything is nice and clean. when you're doing a red lip, it's always important, once again, guys, that you make the perfect red lip. You want to make sure all the lines are even. And I always also like to go just a little bit over the gloss color. I don't like any matte. I really think it's always nice. It makes a nice and plump just to put it over a gloss over it. So I'm gonna go over with some Nude Envy. Right here, I'm getting some Nude Envy. 1 second, guys. I'm just gonna go with the clear Nude Envy. Just to give a nice shine. The Stila color, it's a 24-hour. So with stains, they tend to get a little bit drier. So you can always keep on reapplying a gloss over to make it nice and just nice and shiny. And also always looks really nice and plump. You see, it just makes a big difference. And I use the Nude Envy. I'm going to show you guys right now. Excuse me, and I apologize for that. I use the Nude Envy Clear. It comes with a little finger on the end, which is amazing. You can just go over as if you were using your finger, your pinky. So now I'm just gonna go over with the mascara. Nicole has amazing eyelashes, so it's really easy to just make it even better. So I'm gonna go with the Anastasia Beverly Hills. That's one of my favorite mascaras because it just really makes it nice and full. The brush is really the way the brush comes. It just really makes it separates the lashes really nicely. When you have full lashes like this, you're just lucky. It looks like she has fake lashes on. Look for like you're literally so blessed. Oh my God. People kill to have these lashes. And this is the look for the holiday for Nicole. And I'm going to be just go over a slightly little bit with the blush because I just love blushes. So I have to have a little bit of blush just to give that beautiful pink into the face. I'm using Flower Child by Becca. Flower Child is really, really very nice and innocent. It's nice and pink. It looks like literally a flower child. So I'm just going right here in the apples and then blending it in and over what I just did with the bronzer. Just to bring it out. You want to just go very lightly because you want to just really just do the bronzer. You don't want to really make the cheeks and everything too much. The bronzer is working there, but I want to just throw a hint of color. And this is our holiday makeup. Thank you so much, guys, for being here with me. This is Nicole. It has been a pleasure.
This looks absolutely incredible, Eduardo. I think it's a classic timeless holiday party makeup look that I hope everybody tries at home. We did get a couple questions come through just for our Q&A. So I'll kick it off. The very first one was about your favorite BeautyRx product. They said that they've only tried their under eye cream. So if you had any recommendations in regard to skincare.
My favorite BeautyRx product is the Fountain of Youth, which is the exfoliating kit. Anybody that I've ever suggested to, They always love it. Um, I am a celebrity assistant. I do a celebrity makeup, and a lot of the models and the talents that I work with, they do exfoliate their skin all the time. That's what keeps them young, and that's what keeps their skin glowing all the time on a red carpet. It's really important. So if you guys want to really achieve that look, I suggest that you exfoliate. And Beauty X also make beautiful moisturizers, and if with exfoliation, your moisturizer is going to work amazing. So that's one of my favorites.
Perfect. Okay, another question that we had come through was, can I use the liquid shadow for highlight? So this is in regard to the Stila eyeshadow that you put on the eyelids. Or will it look too cakey?
Absolutely can. So what do you want to do with with the liquid eyeshadow? It's more of like an editorial look. So you want to put it on the back of your hand, and you want to use the Beauty Blender, because that way you'll be able to control it. If you do it with the brush, it's going to be too much of streaky. You want it to look seamless. Anything you want it to look like as if it was splashed. So I would just do it like right here on this area of the face where you would do the contouring. That's also always a great look. Very, very sparsely. You just put a little bit right here. Whenever you're turning around, taking pictures, they always look beautiful.
Awesome. Another question that we had was that they loved the tip on wetting the brush. Do you wet, for the eyeliner, do you wet all of your blushes before foundation? Sometimes I wet my Beauty Blender, so just curious if I should wet my brushes too.
Eyeshadows mostly are baked, so you can use all of them. If you want to make any eyeshadow that you can get in this palette right here, you can make an eyeliner out of it. So you just have to have the proper brush, and you can actually, if you want to make it more intense, if you want to use a concealer brush and just do, let's say, a nice bronze eyeshadow just over the lid, you can just pat it on your lid, and that would work as well. But you also want to really control how much water. You don't want it too wet. You want to just slightly wet to pick the pigment and also stay on your skin. You want to make the nice mixture.
Perfect. And then the last question that we had was, how do you handle runny eyeliner? So if they're using a liquid liner, is there a product that you would recommend?
Runny eyeliner. I love the Stila eyeliners because they are creamy and they don't run. I love Smudge Spot because they do not run. They go on and they stay on. And I also love the liquid Stila eyeliner because it comes up the exact amount that you need. It's really easy to apply. If you have difficulties making a straight line, you can do the technique that I showed you by stamping it, and you can just follow the shape of your eyes close to the lash line, and you're gonna get the perfect eyeliner. So it's really Stila, and Stila also makes Smudge Spot, which is a great one. Smudge Spot, you can never go wrong with it. You can use the same brush that it's a little tiny brush that you use for the eyeshadow. You dip it in a smudge broth, make this really fine, just a little bit of product, and you make the best eyeliners ever.
Perfect. All right. That was all of our questions. So everybody, we did drop the discount code in the chat. It is Eduardo1010. You can use that at checkout to save 10% off your product purchases. We do send out a post-class email within the next 24 hours. So you can circulate a recording of this class for anybody who you know may have wanted to attend but couldn't. We also did drop the Instagram handle to our wonderful model here, Nicole. So definitely feel free to check her out on Instagram as well. As we did with Eduardo's newest Instagram, we highly encourage everybody to go send a follow his way. So Eduardo, I can't thank you enough from the entire Blushington team. The makeup look is absolutely incredible. And everybody will be able to shop using the post-class email, and also a recording of this class will be uploaded to our website.
It is a pleasure. Thank you so much, guys. It's a pleasure being happy holidays. Thank you.
Thank you. Everybody have a great night.
In just 25 hours at the Blushington Academy, you'll be ready to increase your earning potential and become your own beauty boss. Blushington Academy is valuable to self-taught makeup artists and for those that went to school and graduated. Blushington is an incredible place to advance your career.
The Blushington Academy is giving you all the industry secrets, tips, tricks that they know, and they are giving that to you in that 25-hour course. That's priceless.
What surprised me as a new makeup artist was all of the work that went on behind the scenes. The skills I learned at Blushington Academy would have come in handy 10 years ago when I first started my career.
Along with the Blushing Academy, you get your own Blushington kit. The kit is curated by their artists, so you get this amazing kit that you are gonna use on every single client. Realistically, what you pay for the course, you're getting in the kit.
When I first saw the kit, I was like, wow.
It's rare to find a makeup academy that provides such luxurious products.
So to turn up our look, let's grab our eyeshadow palettes and look at the color choices that we have. I love this palette. The colors are so vibrant and so beautiful.
You are so overwhelmed with where do I start? Where do I begin? How do I get my name out there? Blushington is behind you and they are gonna help you do that. You are a featured certified artist on their website. So if you're in Kansas City, Missouri, people can book you, brides can book you. Having a huge company like Blushington behind you, that is something that when you go to another school, you don't get.
Having a shop and shop at Blushington is going to be such a game changer. I'm always recommending wonderful products to my clients, and it's going to be so nice to be able to help them purchase products that I stand behind, and it's going to be nice for me because I'll be able to make a little extra income.
You educate your clients, you use the products on them, and they have an option to buy directly from you, from Blushington, so that way that's commission in your pocket. Why did no one else think of this? It's amazing.
Loneliness of the career can really get to you because you're essentially an entrepreneur building a one-person business. But with Blushington, I could create community and rely on them for encouragement and for business matters. I honestly feel that this course is an amazing value.
You'll have a lifetime access to a new group of makeup artists, so you'll always have someone in your corner supporting you and there to answer any questions that you may come across in your career. There are so many things that we have to learn the hard way, especially as freelance artists. Blushington Academy takes away some of the pains of growing.
If you are just starting or if you've been doing it for years like I have, you can never stop learning. If you are getting ready to sign up for the Academy, just know it is just the beginning of your career.